Hey, it's Mike for Bwaaa. You looking for a great haircut and shave experience? Come to Champion Salon and Barber. Our skilled barbers and stylists are dedicated to giving you the best service possible. Whether you need a simple haircut or a complete grooming package, we have you covered. And while you're here, feel free to enjoy a complimentary beer and chat with our friendly staff. We have 2 convenient locations in Waco and Woodway, Texas. You can also book appointments online or through our app, making it easy to schedule your next visit. So why wait? Visit Champion Salon and Barber today and experience a cut above the rest.
Bwaaa!
Bwaaa trash fight all through the night, deep in the heart of Texas. The trailer park is nice and dark, deep in the heart of Texas. That drinks his brew and he spits his chew, deep in the heart of Texas. The TV blares, but no one cares, deep in the
Hey there,
heart of
everybody.
Texas.
Welcome to
Here we
Bwaaa,
go.
King of the Hill Rewatch Podcast. I am Mike.
And I am Rusty.
Rusty, welcome to Friday.
Our first season 4 Friday. Welcome to season 4 Friday.
Season 4, That Ain't Right Friday.
That ain't right.
So you sent me an article.
I did, and it's one of those things where a pop culture icon was created just by their appearance on a TV show,
So,
or reinvigorated.
yeah, reinvigorated, definitely,
the man's career.
So this is all about Mr. Chuck Mangione.
Yeah, and it's pretty much about like his career and the significance of his career, and then being a top 10 hit, having a top 10 hit on the top 10 charts with a flugelhorn.
Yeah, flugelhorn.
Crazy.
He so Chuck Mangione, I remember. So I was born in Taipei, Taiwan, and my dad had a bunch of vinyl, and it was all like bootleg vinyl. So most of the vinyl would be, I don't know, it'd be like orange or something, but you could see through it.
Yeah,
It's
some
weird,
wacky
right?
colors
Yeah,
and
wacky
stuff, yeah.
pressed,
whatever
weird
plastic
stuff.
they had in Taiwan at the time available.
Yeah. And one of those was a Chuck Mangione album.
Oh wow!
I remember we had some Elvis stuff. We had some,
Yeah.
some 60s, 70s kind of things, right? Because born in 69, so a little bit before that, a little bit after that, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so I remember Chuck Mangione and Feel So Good from when I was a kid, because I would.
Are those still like? Do they still exist, or has that been thrown out in the trash?
I've got a
since now?
lot of them, I believe, at my house.
Oh wow,
yeah.
that's awesome. That's
A
great.
couple of Christmases ago, I bought my dad another record player since they're back around,
they're huge right now.
and gave him back some of his albums because that is the cheapest gift you can give somebody is some of their own shit.
Yeah,
So-
cassettes are like huge too. Like
Yeah.
Taylor Swift has been releasing
Oh, yeah.
cassettes, and
Yeah.
Billie Eilish
Yeah, Billie Eilish.
or Eilish, or whatever you say.
Well, they're releasing it. She's releasing it under Billie Eilish,
Billie Eilish,
on cassette. Vinyl was always really cool to me, and I would use them when I was a little kid as playing disc jockey.
Yeah.
I'd record stuff, and then I'd do my little disc jockey thing in the middle of it, and then I'd record another one, and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So from early days, I was doing this kind of ridiculous stuff. But Chuck Mangione is one of those guys that I just remember because of Feel So Good. Him and Herb Alpert. You've heard of Herb Alpert, haven't you? And the Tijuana Brass?
I've heard of Alpo dog food. Is it the same family? Is it the Alpert family?
But as a kid, I remember being a big fan of the Herb Alpert album because it had a naked woman covered in
Dog food.
No. covered in like whipped cream.
Oh, whipped cream.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. A young lad would appreciate
young
that.
lad
Yeah,
does
would definitely
appreciate the album art of
a woman
Herb
covered
Alpert.
in whipped cream.
That's right.
Not Herb covered in whipped cream.
Not Herb. No, that wouldn't have sold near as well.
A woman. Okay.
So in this article, they talk about a couple of things. One being the fact that King of the Hill did use guest stars quite a bit.
Yeah, they did use guest stars quite a bit, and that's another article that I was reading too. Was kind of like Pamela Adlon. She was one of the first voice actors around that era to get like an Emmy for the voice acting part and be an actual voice actor, because a lot of Emmys that were being given out at that time frame were voice actors that were huge stars. You know what I mean? Like Mel Gibson got one for like Pocahontas or something.
Yeah.
Not an Emmy, but he got
right. I understand what you're
whatever
saying. Sure.
Accolades for it. So a lot of the accolades that were being given out to voice actors were like traditional actors that do voice acting. So yeah, so that was one thing that I like about King of the Hill is the amount of guest stars that you get and the quality of guest stars. And
even if you count
the country music guys is what I like too. You get a lot of there's not very many shows where you have country music artists doing voiceovers on characters on TV show, because he's had everybody on there, you know.
Yeah, you know, even you talk about people like Tom Petty. You know, Brittany Murphy was already kind of coming into her own.
Yeah.
A lot of these folks were already either stars or well on their way to being stars.
Yeah,
you know,
if not already being it.
Tom Petty was huge at the time.
Tom Petty was huge. Well, another thing about Pamela Adlon too, she was before she kind of broke King of the Hill. She was a child star. Pamela Adlon she's a child actress, and she was in that weird phase between being a child actress and figuring out the next stage of her life, and she was broke.
Right.
So she was like selling her vinyls to like pay bills and stuff like that.
Wow.
And so she then got the voice acting, started, you know, becoming a prolific voice actor like she is now, because she's voice acted a ton of stuff now.
So a little bit about Chuck Mangione from this article, and I believe this was
CBR, I think.
Was it CBR? Okay.
Yeah, cartoon book or comic books review or something. I think it's the name of the page.
They all kind of go together for me.
Yeah.
So Chuck Mangione came around with Art Blakey's band Jazz Messenger in the 1960s. He was just his backup. I haven't either. He was just this backup guy who played the flugelhorn, you know, and trumpet.
Yeah. So if any of you have any recommendations for flugelhorn player music that's not Chuck Mangione, you could email us at bwaaakoth@gmail.com.
You know, every time you say flugelhorn, I always think of Master of the Pan Flute.
Yeah, well, I played
Zamfir.
trumpet. Well, I played trumpet when I was in school.
Yeah.
I did it for like 3.5 years or so, but I still don't really know what the difference. I don't know what a flugelhorn. I don't know what the significance or the difference is.
I have no clue what a flugelhorn difference is.
I don't know. I think it is a marching trumpet, maybe. Like
really?
Like a marching version of it, because they have like marching versions of different instruments and stuff like that. And I think that might be like.
Yeah.
Like some brass instruments have specifically for marching, and then they have like the specific orchestra version of that instrument. You know what I mean?
Wow. Who knew?
Because like tubas are different for marchers than they are for people who aren't marching with them.
Oh, really? Like they have different versions of them?
They have different versions of them. Like, well, I mean, because you got baritone, you got all like the different stages like that for almost every instrument and stuff like that. But they have like orchestra versions because, like some of them are designed a certain way. Like a sousaphone is like a tuba for marching. Is
for
pretty
Dr.
much what
Seuss.
it is for Dr. Seuss.
Sure.
Yeah, it's really wacky and colorful and rhymes.
It's got horns coming out that you don't even use.
Yeah,
it's
they
got
just
all kinds of
randomly launch stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so he came around with Art Blakey's Jazz Messenger Band. 1977, he releases the song "Feels So Good."
Oh, wow, 1977.
Yeah, 1977. Think about that for a second.
What a time to be alive.
Wasn't
that the gas price? Wasn't there like a
77
was
pretty rough as far as gas. Yeah, we ran out of it. It peaked at number 4 on Billboard Hot 100, which holy crap for a jazz piece, which is what this is considered.
Yeah,
top 4 is gigantic.
It's gigantic.
I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, especially since it's not 1940s. The thing that's cool, I think about it is, I think it might have just been like it was a little darker time, you know, recession, didn't have gas. OPEC was holding up on gas and all that stuff. I think it was like the nation might have just needed Feel So Good at that time. I think that's what it was. It was just like the environment was conducive to a song that felt so good to pass through like it did, because everybody needed to feel good. And Chuck Mangione in 1977 helped he helped everybody on the Billboard 100 feel good.
Well, he became so popular that he also had two of his pieces as the opening ceremony songs for the Olympics.
Wow.
One Montreal 1976, and the next one Lake Placid in 1980. So two Olympics in the aren't they every 4 years?
4.
Yeah. So 2 in a row.
Well, I think they alternate. I think we get one every
2 years,
but
it's
summer,
like
winter, summer, winter, summer, winter.
Yeah. And then he composed the theme to the 1981 movie The Cannonball Run.
Oh, Cannonball Run.
Do you know Cannonball Run?
No, I don't. I don't know.
Burt Reynolds,
Burt Reynolds
was the big one in it, and it was all about this race across the country between these weird characters and stuff, and So Cannonball Run was a big one. It was right after Smokey and the Bandit. So
okay. So he was riding off that success.
Yeah.
That was his big one though, right? That was like well, that's not the one that like broke his career, but that was the one that kind of like revitalized that era of his career.
Well, I mean, this is 81, so you're talking
he
about
in the 60s. Didn't he like?
You're talking
Burt
about
Reynolds like from the 60s.
He started in the 60s, and this is all the way up to 81 now. He's doing the theme for Cannonball Run. Oh wow! So I mean, he's got a pretty damn good career at this point.
Yeah, established.
Then part of his recognition, and you gotta imagine this is partially due to King of the Hill. He even exists in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Whoa!
Because
that's not something I knew about, because I stopped watching Marvel movies somewhere after Spider-Man in 1999.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
He at the beginning of Doctor Strange, Stephen Strange is playing Stump the Surgeon with his staff in the opening scenes, and one of the songs is "Feel So Good" that he plays.
Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna have to go find that scene. I'm sure somebody's isolated it already.
Dr. Strange names the tune without missing a beat, and even expresses respect that Mangione charted a top 10 hit with a flugelhorn.
Oh wow!
So that's pretty cool. I mean, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
No, that is cool.
So, what other jazz musician can you think of that's been in all these universes? I mean, think about it. King of the Hill. He's been in the Olympics. He's been in Cannonball Run. He's been in Doctor Strange.
And
what a career! Well, let me tell you, Rusty, eating healthy used to be a struggle for me, but that was before I discovered the BlendJet 2 portable blender.
The BlendJet 2.
Now when fast food temptation strikes, I just blend up a delicious and nutritious protein shaker smoothie. You know, they gave us a whole bunch of those little packages that came with the blender.
Yeah.
And there's some really good flavors in there. I mean, there's some like that matcha thing.
The green matcha?
Yeah, those are pretty damn good. BlendJet 2 is portable, so you can blend up smoothies at work, a protein shake at the gym, or even a margarita on the beach. It's small enough to fit in a cup holder, but powerful enough to blast through ingredients like ice and frozen fruit with ease. Maybe a human thumb. Don't put your thumb in it. BlendJet 2 is whisper quiet, so you can make your morning smoothie without waking up the whole house. Lasts for 15 plus blends and recharges quickly via USB-C, which has saved us all. There's nothing worse than turning that USB thing over and over and over and over, and then finally finding how it plugs in, you know?
Oh, yeah, I don't like that
USB-C
either. USB-C saved us all.
Best of all, BlendJet 2 cleans itself. Just blend water with a drop of soap, and you're good to go. There's 30 plus colors and patterns to choose from. There's a BlendJet 2 to complement just about any style. We have a pink one? Lavender. I think ours is lavender.
Mine is the Toy Story Aliens.
Oh,
It's like the Pizza Planet one.
Ooh, that one. Yeah. They've got some really cool colors, but I really like the patterns. I know one of the people here got one that looks like Woody the Sheriff.
Is there a code with them?
There is a code. What are you waiting for? Go to blendjet.com and grab yours today. Glab it today.
Glibbity glob.
And when you do glab it, make sure you use the promo code
BWAAA12.
That's to get 12% off your order and free 2-day shipping. No other portable blender on the market comes close to the quality, power, and innovation of the BlendJet 2. They guarantee you'll love it or your money back. Blend anytime, anywhere with the BlendJet 2 portable blender. Go to blendjet.com and use the code
BWAAA12
to get 12% off your order and free 2-day shipping. Shop today and get the best deal ever.
BlendJet 2, formerly known as BlendJet.
Hey everyone, it's me, your puzzle-loving pal. Did you know I was a puzzle-loving pal?
I didn't know you were a puzzle-loving pal.
I got to tell you about my latest obsession. It's Wongo puzzles. These things are the real deal. They are high quality, handcrafted, and perfect for anyone who loves a good challenge but doesn't want to dedicate their entire kitchen table to puzzles for a week. Trust me, I have been there. I will tell you this, my parents, they're very old and decrepit, and they do puzzles all the damn time.
Yeah.
Like there's always a table that
What
has
else are
like
you
an
gonna do,
unfinished
right?
puzzle. Yeah, it's either that or I don't know.
Die.
Feel your bones. So these puzzles, these Wongo puzzles, they are 100% wooden. They'll last forever. Each piece is hand drawn. Just think about that for a second. Each piece is hand drawn, so no two pieces are the same, and you'll discover some fun whimsy pieces as you work through it.
Whimsy.
They come in a custom wooden box, which is perfect for storage and gifting. Before we started doing this, I didn't realize how many people I know already have these Wongo puzzles. I mean, they're apparently pretty.
You can't go wherever Juan go.
With stunning designs and unique shapes, Wongo puzzles are a cut above the rest. I loved doing the snow globe puzzle myself. It was great to pull out a puzzle and be done in a night and not have it on the table for a week. So what are you waiting for? Let's go to Wongo Puzzles, WONGO puzzles.com, and pick a puzzle today. And be sure to use the promo code
BWAAA
for 10% off your order. It's the most fun you'll have with a puzzle, guaranteed, or your money back. Go to WONGO puzzles.com and use your code
BWAAA
to get 10% off your order and get puzzling right now. Hey, Rusty, did you know that you could be putting oil and chemicals in your coffee?
I didn't know that.
I love coffee creamer, but I don't think I've ever turned a bottle around to actually see what's inside. Recently I did, and I found out many of my favorite creamers, like especially the one my wife used to use, they contain ingredients I would never intentionally add to my coffee cup, like canola oil, dipotassium phosphate, whatever that is.
Terrible.
Artificial flavors. I can't take artificial flavors a lot of the time.
Yeah, I'm good on any flavoring.
They taste gross.
I don't like flavors in my coffee. I like the earth and flavor of coffee.
I love coffee. Don't get me wrong. I do love it. I just I don't like all that crap in my coffee, right?
Yeah, no, who does that?
So let me tell you about Laird Superfoods then. They have better ingredients, amazing taste, and functional benefits. Laird Superfood creamers are crafted from the highest quality, all-natural, real food ingredients. All Laird products are sustainably sourced and thoroughly tested to ensure that you're incorporating the cleanest, finest fuel into your routine. Now, they're all natural. They've got whole food ingredients. They contain naturally occurring MCTs from coconut oil, and everybody tells you coconut oil is good for you. Mm-hmm. There's no artificial flavors, no colors, no additives, no sugar from highly refined corn syrup. So that's a big deal right there. If you take one thing you do every day and make it better, Laird developed his creamer himself to stay powered for a day on the waves. He was a big wave surfer, Laird Hamilton was, and he needed a morning fuel that could allow him to spend the entire day chasing the ultimate wave. So he made this creamer, and it's crazy, crazy good. Laird sources high-quality plant-based ingredients globally and puts an emphasis on U.S. sources whenever possible. They aim to source responsibly and sustainably and believe that the foods you consume should be as good for the earth as they are for you. They have honest and transparent products and labels. If you try it, you won't go back. They have functional superfood creamers, instant lattes, and prebiotic greens. They have a variety of snacks and supplements full of wholesome plant-based ingredients to keep you charged for wherever life takes you. So to get a deal on Laird Superfoods, I need you to go to zen.ai, BWAAA, King of the Hill. So that's zen.ai/BWAAA, King of the Hill. And your offer code there is BWAAA. So Laird Superfoods makes a better creamer that keeps you powered all day, and it's better for you, the earth, and your coffee. What do you say, Rusty? You want to go get some coffee?
Coffee.
Hey, Rusty.
Yeah.
Did you know that dehydration is the leading cause of daytime fatigue?
Oh, no.
I don't know about you, but like 2:30, 3 o'clock, I just hit a wall almost every day. I was shocked to learn that even mild dehydration can cause headaches, muscle weakness, brain fog, but luckily there's a cure.
Oh, there is?
Actually, I should have said there's a solution. It's called Cure. Cure Hydration. The Cure Hydration is an oral rehydration solution, or ORS, that contains the perfect balance of electrolytes. We know how important that is because plants crave it.
Super important.
And glucose to help your body absorb water and rehydrate quickly. The formula is made with all natural ingredients like coconut water, powder, and pink Himalayan salt. Whoopee. And it is free from artificial flavors, sweeteners, and preservatives. Cure Hydration is vegan, gluten-free, and non-GMO. That makes it a great option for anyone with dietary restrictions and preferences. The packets that they give you, they're convenient, they're easy to use. You just mix them with water and drink. They're perfect for on-the-go, travel, or anytime you need quick hydration. Hydration is more than just drinking water, Rusty. It is, that's what Lauren Picasso, a lifelong endurance athlete, discovered as she struggled to stay hydrated no matter how much water she drank. I've known people like that. My wife drinks so much water, it's crazy. Lauren found Cure, a science-backed electrolyte drink mix to make hydration easy for everyone. Cure believes that hydration should be simple and effective, but also clean and natural. That's why they only use the highest ingredients and quality plant-based stuff to avoid any artificial or harmful additives. They're committed to transparency and honesty. All of their ingredients are clearly listed on their website and packaging, and they're always happy to answer any questions or concerns. So are you ready to combat dehydration?
Absolutely.
You can try Cure today and feel the difference for yourself. Use your code
BWAAA. Sorry, I blanked.
You're good. For 20% off your order. Try Cure today and feel the difference for yourself. Use our special code
BWAAA
for 20% off your order. Your coupon will be activated at checkout. Try Cure Hydration. Stop drying out.
I can think of a time where there was that many people in different universes. If we want to explore that, just for the sake of the conversation, Cab Calloway.
Yeah. Oh,
Cab Calloway was in, what is it? Blues Brothers.
Oh, that's right.
The Blues Brothers universe, too. He's in that.
Yeah. Blues Brothers
Manny the Mocha. I love that scene. That is just an amazing scene. Even though he was old at that point, it's still just, I could see how electric it was to watch somebody like him on stage.
Oh, my gosh.
Shout out to Cab Calloway on the animation thing, too. So, like the animation that we watch on King of the Hill and stuff like that, how fluid all the human movements are.
Sure.
Whenever they were doing the rotoscope, where they were putting pretty much just tracing paper over live action, video or film.
Mm-hmm.
Cab Calloway was the very first. He's the guy where he's really the animators chose him for the fluidity of motion, like the Schleisingers or whatever. Yeah.
Wow. So they used
Fleischer Studios. Sorry, Fleischer.
Yeah, Fleischer. They used him as kind of a stick figure or a dummy
so the
or
ghost,
whatever.
The ghost that's doing like the black and white cartoon of the ghost where he's kind of just walking with like a swagger and he's kind of got Cab Calloway playing in the background. That's usually what the song is that they clip with it. So yeah.
So the thing I remember most about Chuck Mangione is not even his actual appearances on King of the Hill. It's mostly the cardboard stand-ups in the middle of the Mega-Lo-Mart.
Yeah, that's all. He shows up more than he actually shows up. Yeah, his appearances, and it'll even tell you in the show, on the show notes and stuff like that, the stuff that we get all of our research from. It'll say on there Chuck Mangione, and then it'll say, but there's no speaking part for him. It's just him there, like he's in the background walking through the scene or something.
I just love the open sign on the door at Mega-Lo-Mart says "Feels so good to be open," or something like that. It's just so stupid.
I love it. Yeah.
But all and we get Mangione throughout the entire series. Just in these little spurts, here's Chuck Mangione for dog food at Mega-Lo-Mart. Here's Chuck Mangione on the sign that says open. Here's Chuck Mangione after Mega-Lo-Mart blew up. He's on one of those big cardboard signs and it says "Feels so good to be reconstructing" or whatever it says.
Whatever.
Right?
Yeah.
And then
his remodel feels so good.
His remodel feels so good. And then it all kind of comes to a head. Season 7, episode 10, Megalo-Dale.
Megalo-Dale.
This is the one where Dale is brought in to get rid of raccoons or whatever's living in the Mega-Lo-Mart eating all the stuff.
Finds out that it's Chuck Mangione living inside of the Walmart. Or Mega-Lo-Mart, sorry.
I don't know what's going on in a man's life where you've gotten to the point where you're a serious jazz musician, you're being kind of lampooned by this King of the Hill show, and then at some point you're like, screw it, I'm living in there, and I'm this desperate guy.
It kind of parodies that movie with Natalie Portman where she has a kid in Walmart and she lives inside a Walmart for a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
And it probably came around. I think that episode would have probably came out after that movie aired, because I think that movie came out in like 2001. So if you're in season 7, you're past 2001.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the series was always respectful to him, even though he was a little bit of a pain in the ass sometimes.
Think of the royalties.
Oh my gosh.
Think of the royalties he still probably draws out of that on syndication.
Every time Peggy runs in the kitchen humming Feels So Good while she's making, ants on a log.
Yeah, well that's the great thing about royalties and syndicating programs in foreign countries. There's people that are still making money off the Golden Girl somewhere,
Sure.
you know what I mean? Like
Chuck Mangione gets a check in the mail for 69 cents or something, whatever.
It might be bigger than that.
Who knows, man?
Because I know that what was it, Seinfeld in syndication?
Yeah.
That literally, they made more money in syndication than they ever made during the show's run.
Absolutely. Well, you think about Seinfeld, Friends, probably King of the Hill, Simpsons, a lot of those shows that you can just find anywhere and turn on. The Office. The Office made more money in syndication than it ever made in a regular run.
Our friends out in California had Rainn Wilson on their show.
Did they really?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that Nicole was. She's the one that started his career. She broke him. She was his first big agent.
Really?
Yeah, she was his first big agent.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So the article kind of wraps up at the end here and says that they hope that they can find a place for him in the new series.
Yeah.
And I'm really hoping that that's the case, because I don't think it would be the same without it.
He's still alive, right? He's still around?
I believe so, yeah.
I mean, and even if he's not, they would definitely have to have some kind of tribute or something if he's not around anymore.
Yeah, I would think
he's
entire.
alive. I think I would know that if Chuck Mangione was dead. I would have. You would have heard it through the grapevine by now.
You'd feel it in your bones.
Yeah, I feel it in my bones. It's raining outside. I feel it in my bones.
Yeah, I believe he is still alive.
He'd be an elderly man at this point. I'm sure up in his 70s of maybe even in his 80s.
Yeah, if nothing else, they should at least give him a great send-off, even if he's not. I am looking here to see.
Oh, no, he's still alive.
You see him?
Yeah, he was born in 1940, so he's up there. He's 82. He lives in
82.
Oh, he was born in Rochester. He doesn't live there. Never mind.
Does it say where he lives?
Probably
California, Hawaii.
Nah, it doesn't say nothing
like that.
about it. But it does say that the series finale in 2009 included Chuck Mangione one last time, and he played the national anthem and segued into "Feel So Good."
Yeah.
In an homage to the series, Mangione has an album called "Everything for Love," and there's a track on there titled "Peggy Hill."
Ah, that's great.
So I
that's
think
wonderful.
on my way home from the studio right now, I'm going to be listening to Chuck Mangione's "Everything for Love," Peggy Hill.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. I think,
and I think that disc. When did that CD come out? Let's see here.
That's wonderful to know, though. I just wrote that down because I want to try to get a copy of that.
That's
so.
That's fantastic.
I guess this whole episode, we're basically saying how much we appreciate Chuck Mangione.
Yeah, it's a Chuck Mangione tribute episode
in the series, and then how much we're looking forward to seeing him again in the new.
I would love
reboot.
to see him. I would love to hear "Feels So Good" with Hank on screen.
Oh heck
time,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, man! Anytime, I'll take that anytime.
And then I think what would be funny is if they started adding in more Chuck Mangione jokes inside of Mega-Lo-Mart, like standing in front of like the 4-ply paper, toilet paper, feels so good.
Sure. Sure.
Or by the beer aisle, buy Busch Light. It feels so good.
After 2 or 3, it feels so good. Yeah.
Well, Busch Light, probably about 6 or 7.
That's true. That's true. Well, nobody's buying Bud, so
nobody's buying Bud right now.
Good job, Busch.
Woo.
Yeah, you stuck it out long enough, I guess.
Well, that's the thing is people stop buying Bud Light and they're buying different Anheuser-Busch products.
That's
instead.
it. That's what I'm saying.
They own all of piss beer that people like, all the American beer.
It's either that or Coors. It's one or the other. So
and Coors has a Pride campaign too. So
sure.
If you're basing your beer and on your political tastes,
well, if you're basing anything
you should drink better tasting
on
beer.
the commercial stuff like that. Like you know, if I'm basing whether I eat Papa John's pizza on whether I like Shaq or not, you know, I'm
the
probably
lady got
picking
fired. The lady that did the campaign at Bud Light got fired anyway.
Oh yeah, that whole company
thing blew up. You know, it dropped. They lost like so much in market share and everything.
And this is just my personal opinion that they took one giant leap rather than taking small steps.
Yeah, it was. Well, on that you gotta know your audience.
That's true. Read the room.
You know, Truly did an ad campaign like that. It might be different, but you're talking about a beer that blue collar rednecks drink. You know, that's your bread and butter of that audience. Yeah. That's who it is.
You know, your Lone Stars and your Shiners were smiling bright.
Yeah,
you know, they were like, oh, thank God.
Well, right now, men who aren't comfortable with their sexuality aren't drinking Bud Lights in front of their friends because they're afraid of the jokes that are happening. I mean, I don't really care. I don't drink beer anyway, but I would drink it regardless of whatever in front of whoever, because I'm not drinking beer for politics. I'm drinking beer to get drunk.
Well, even when I drank beer, I didn't drink Bud Light necessarily. I just didn't like it that much. You know? I didn't think it was that great.
I drank cheap beer. I mean, I'm not gonna say.
I would drink cheap beer. I just didn't drink Bud Light.
Oh, Bud Light.
I just didn't like it.
Well, as long as you're not drinking Old Milwaukee.
No Old Milwaukee for me.
That's my dad's beer choice. He likes Old Milwaukee.
There was a lot of Lone Star and things like that.
Lone Star's not too bad.
Yeah.
I never really understood the Pabst Blue Ribbon thing. I really didn't like Pabst that much.
Pabst is fine. It's fine. I don't know. At a certain point, beer tastes like beer unless you're drinking like a dark or a whatever, you know, that kind of thing. Never tried an Alamo.
Never tried Alamo?
Don't know.
No. We'll never know.
Hey, if you haven't gotten a chance, go watch our episode from Monday. And I do say watch, not listen.
Yeah, watch. We've got a watch episode.
Yeah, the first time we're on video. If that doesn't scare you away, then buckle in for the rest of the ride.
Yeah, so whether you like it or not, that's how Monday is going to be consumed. And if we have anything like super special on Fridays, we'll do Friday too on a video.
Well, it'll still be, you know, the same old show that you're used to.
Yeah.
It's just there's one more way to consume it if you want to,
and you'll be able to see as if that's how you choose to consume it. If you want to look at me and Mike while we're talking, which that happens to be a very voyeur exhibitionist like exchange that's pretty popular on the internet. You know, the old YouTube.
We need to get somebody in here with a trumpet to play "Feels So Good" for us one time.
I could talk to my little brother.
Yeah,
my little brher played in college and everything. Like he used to play for the MCC.
We need somebody. We need somebody to play "Feels So Good."
I need to see if he could even do that anymore. And if not, my son plays clarinet.
Yeah.
By the time we finish this show, he'll be at a good enough point to where he probably could feel so good.
I've got a
year or two
guy here in town named Saxy Gerald. He plays a saxophone. I'm assuming we could get him
get like an ensemble of people to play "Feel So Good."
Very nice. Yeah,
like we're gonna be like the DJ Khaled of jazz in Waco. Another one,
just right in the middle of it. Bwaaa!
Bwaaa! What is it good for? Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for sticking with us. Rusty, you want to tell them where they can find us?
Yeah, you can find us at BWAAKOTH on a lot of different stuff. Specifically, please go to our YouTube. Go over there, subscribe. We've got like 56 subscribers. I'm in the middle of still uploading our back content. So anybody that listens to this episode, because season 4 from now on, I'm putting it all straight up there from season 4. So season 2 and 3, I still have to get uploaded into it, but bear with me. It's www.youtube.com/@BWAAAKOTH. You could also go to linktr.ee/BWAAAKOTH, and all that stuff's there nice and pretty for you. But yeah, go check out our YouTube. Throw some comments on there. So throw some suggestions. Throw some hate on there. Whatever you got to do to make yourself feel better in life.
Yeah, we'll take anything you got.
I'll take anything you got. I love it. Actually, also shout out to there was a guy on our Instagram that reached out. I hadn't had anybody really say anything a while on there, but he left a nice little note for me.
Well, you saying that has reminded me that there's an email too. I tell you what, let's do this. Next Friday, what we'll do is we'll hit up the Instagram comments and any emails we've gotten and stuff like that. So next Friday will be a fan-based
episode. Yeah. So get them in if you want us to.
Get them in.
If you want us to talk about you or talk about something you got to say about King of the Hill, get them in. All social media is open: Twitter, Instagram, all that. Yeah. So just go messages.
Go now.
Do it.
Do it now. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Also, go over to roguemedianetwork.com and check out a whole host of other podcasts. We got a whole range of stuff for
There's
you
a
to go
bunch
check
and a
out.
lot coming.
And a lot coming.
Yeah, a lot of new stuff coming. All right, guys, we'll see you next time.
Women's on you.
Women's on you, indeed. Bwaaa. This has been a Rogue Media Network production.